So there were some things that was said. And honestly, I think Trump has lost his mind. I don't think he's all there. It's kind of reminiscent of Reagan in the late years when the dementia kicked in. But we're going to play this clip. I want to react to it. And we're going to talk about how he's going after the Navy because they won't do what he wants them to do, which I think is not very smart. And I think the Navy, the leaders in the Navy, the admirals and the captains of these battleships, these aircraft carriers, they're not escorting anything through the Straits of Hormuz. And I think that's a great decision. Let's go ahead and get into the report. All right, so I want to talk about this because you guys already know it's getting real unstable over there in the Gulf Coast. A lot of the data centers are being targeted. This is what the Iranian government is saying. They're going to start targeting Amazon, IBM, NVIDIA, a lot of the data centers. That's not good for us, right? So they're getting really pissed off. They have some demands for a ceasefire. They're not going to be met. And I'm not even going to go into that because the demands, I don't think Trump will ever agree to that, what they're demanding, but they really don't want to talk. I don't even know if that's true because they're saying that they're very scared. They're afraid to actually negotiate because when they actually did negotiate, their leader was taken out right in the middle of the negotiations, so they really don't trust Trump. They don't trust the government, but that's besides the point. This is what I want to get into. So when I saw this earlier, it sent chills down my spine. And I'm pretty sure the Iranian people are like, what the hell is he talking about? You have a lot of innocent people. You have 90 million people in that country. And if they heard this message, I'm pretty sure they understand. They read between the lines. Now, I'm going to play this and let me know what you think about it in the comment section. I think I know what he's talking about. He didn't necessarily use the N-word, but check it out.
They've lost their Navy. They've lost their Air Force. They have no anti-aircraft apparatus at all. They have no radar. Their leaders are gone. And we could do a lot worse to one another. We're leaving certain things that if we take them out, or we could take them out by this afternoon, in fact, within an hour, they literally would never be able to build that country back.
So it doesn't take a rocket scientist to understand what the hell President Trump was talking about. It was nukes, right? He was talking about using nukes. I don't think it's ever going to get to that point. I don't think any country, any leader of a foreign nation or domestically, I don't think our government really wants to use nukes because that could really decimate not only a country, but the entire ecological system when it comes to not only our financial system, which the Gulf Coast is the linchpin of everything that's going on in America. And if you didn't know that, you really need to understand that. I don't think they want to destroy that because that would disrupt the continuity. But I will say this, it is a deterrent and I think he's flexing that. I want to get into what's going on in the Strait of Hormuz because what he said about the Navy and how he feels like they need to show some guts, I think that was very unnecessary. So Iran has put mines in the Strait of Hormuz, all right? Trump has said that they've successfully stopped this escapade. I don't think so because a lot of the ships, they're not moving. And the ones that did go through recently, they got hit with missile fire. They were under attack. A lot of tankers are getting hit right now. The Iranian government, the military, they're not BSing with this. Now, I want to play you something that Trump said about this actual situation. And I really don't know who's advising President Trump on what's going on in the Strait of Hormuz. And I hate to even say this, but I think he's being lied to. Check this out.
Are you talking to the CEOs of various oil companies, encouraging them to use the Strait of Hormuz?
Yeah, I think they should. I think they should. I think they should use it. In my opinion, look, we took out just about all of their mine ships in one night. We're up to boat number 60. I didn't realize they had that big a Navy. I would say it was big and ineffective. But every one of their ships, just about all of their Navy is gone. It's bottom of the sea.
So, according to Trump, everything is cool. We got all the mines. We pretty much destroyed their Navy. Nothing left, right? And by the way, they're attacking ships today. So if everything has been destroyed, why are ships being attacked today? So that's besides the point. I want to get into what the Navy said because this is probably the first time I've ever seen the Navy actually clap back. And I'm talking about since this whole war has started. And a lot of people in Congress, they won't call it a war, but it is what it is. Now, this is what the Navy is saying. This dropped today. The U.S. Navy has refused nearly daily requests from the actual shipping industry for military escorts through the Strait of Hormuz per Reuters. This is coming from Reuters, all right? So these are the 4 reasons why the Navy said no to Trump. We're not doing this. And I totally agree. This is very smart. Now, number 1, the U.S. Navy says the risk of attacks is way too high for now. Number 2, the U.S. Navy has held regular briefings with the shipping and the oil industry counterparts. Number 3, during those briefings, the U.S. Navy has said it is unable to actually provide escorts for the time being, which that is very smart response. They're completely bucking the president president's demands, right? And I totally understand. You have to make the conscionable decision. We're talking about losing troops and a lot of high dollar, billion-dollar assets. Now, finally, number 4, sources also say that the actual Tuesday's briefing, within that briefing, the risk assessment has not changed at all. So I think the Navy got this right. I don't know how you guys feel about this. I think Trump needs to really be careful with playing around with the nukes. He didn't say the N-word in that first clip, but we know what's up. We know what he meant. I think the U.S. Navy got it absolutely correct. We do not need to send our boys in harm's way. The Navy was not built to escort oil tankers and containers through kill boxes. That's not what we want our boys to be doing. And I think the Navy is very, very smart. They've assessed the situation. It is not a viable situation. It is not feasible. What Trump is saying on TV, it ain't happening, all right? And the Navy is coming out and saying, we don't know what the president is saying, but this is what we will not do, all right? So let me know what you think about this, and I'll catch you in the next video.